Good evening and welcome back to the 33rd Annual Beach Ball Classic from J. Lambeau Schwartz Arena inside the Myrtle Beach Convention Center. It's day 3 of 5. This is game 5 of 6 today, featuring the Providence Stallions out of Jacksonville, Florida versus the Moeller Crusaders out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm Tyler Watkins, joined now by Ralph Patterson. First time you've done a game with us this year, Ralph, but a traveler and a broadcaster you are. Mr. ESPN, I like to call you.
Well, but see, I think this is like your 10,000th Beach Ball Classic game, so you're way ahead of me there, but I'm just glad to work with a professional like you at this tournament, and we got quarterfinal action, 2 good teams. I'm fired up.
Yeah, well, we talk about these 2 teams. Providence comes in 7-3 on the year. Moeller Crusaders are 6-0 on the year. But, Ralph, talk about some of these players we'll see tonight and what can we expect from this game.
Well, I'll start with one guy with Providence, Grayson Allen, supposed to be really, really good. He's good enough to have signed with Duke, so that ought to tell you quite a bit. And I'm anxious to see how he plays in a venue like this. We talked off air about how a lot of guys travel all over the place with AAU games, and that the travel deal isn't that big a deal for these kids anymore like it used to be. But the stakes are a little bit higher now. This isn't an AAU tournament.
Right.
They're playing for the Beach Ball Championship, so I'm anxious to see Grayson for sure, see how he performs tonight.
Well, you talk about Grayson Allen, and this is a kid that has signed with Duke. Interesting story. As a 9th grader, he told his assistant coach, I would like to go to Duke one day, and his assistant coach told him, son, you may need to think realistic here. Ended up that he actually signed with Duke University, and this kid's going to go play and live his dream.
Well, but see, that's exactly what he needed to hear. He needed his coach to tick him off and get him back to the gym, working out and practicing and doing all that. And the proof is in the pudding, and he gets to play at Cameron. That's pretty cool. You
know, we saw Moeller play the other night, and they defeated Father Henry Carr 55-39. A scrappy team. You look at some of these players. Grant Benzinger's pretty good on this team. Adam Gigax, Jack Anton, but the feature is Nate Fowler. This kid, 6'9". He's big time, Ralph.
Well, and you got a lot of schools, Butler, Dayton, West Virginia, Miami looking at him, and what they have in Fowler is a luxury that a lot of high school teams don't. A legitimate big guy that you can run stuff for, throw it inside, and not just offensively does he wreak havoc, but at the other end too. You can funnel everything towards him. It's okay if you get beat off the dribble if you're a guard, because you got the big fella inside to clean things up. But so I'm anxious to see him too.
It's the battle of private schools. Looking on the other side, Providence Stallions out of Jacksonville, Florida, a pre-K through 12th grade private Christian school. But goodness, their lineup just as good with Christian Terrell, who's going to Florida Gulf Coast. You talked about Grayson Allen and Morgan Walker, who, by the way, is not going to play tonight. We found out that Morgan Walker won't play. He twisted his ankle the other night, so he's out. And also Davis Sharp, he's the Florida signee. He's gone off to play in that Army football game, so he will not be here tonight. But
you think after the game, you think that he could get in an Army chopper and they could shoot him here real quick,
fly him back and forth. You know, we've had that happen when we had the one of the games here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. They would go play in the football game, and then they would come back and play in the basketball game. But Davis Sharp is off to play in that football game, and that's really what he likes to do. So the battle of 2 good teams here at the Beach Ball Classic, and again, this is game number 5 of 6 today. As we roll down some of those other games, we just saw a really nice one with Madison Memorial and Bishop O'Connell. That one went down to the wire.
It did. In fact, it could have still been going. There was a foul at the end of the game that wasn't called on the jump shot. The guy was hammered. He was fouled. But 2 really good teams. Love the way both of them played, and it's survive and advance.
Well, you know, you just mentioned he was fouled, and that would be an opinion that we saw on the press row, and we all looked at each other and said, wow, he got fouled in that. But when the coach came over for Madison Memorial, the first thing he looked at us and said was, he got fouled.
Yeah, well, and of course, and the coaches know, but the bottom line, a lot of times that foul doesn't get called at the end of the game, but still, it was a great game.
Let's turn it over to our public address announcer, Sinclair Swan, for tonight's starting lineups.
South Carolina, home of the Beach Ball Classic, America's finest high school basketball tournament. Prior to the playing of our national anthem, It is with pleasure that I announce that as of 12 November 2013, Myrtle Beach was designated a Purple Heart City by the Military Order of the Purple Heart, a national organization made up of veterans who served in the armed forces of the United States and were wounded in combat by an enemy of the United States of America. Additionally, veterans and active duty military not in uniform can render the military-style hand salute during the singing of our national anthem, thanks to changes in federal law that took place in 2008. Our national anthem will be sung this afternoon by Miss Jessica Cutler, an employee of Myrtle Beach City.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Whoa, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This contest will feature from Jacksonville, Florida, the Providence Stallions against the Cincinnati, Ohio Moeller Crusaders. The Stallions are coached by head coach Jim Martin, assisted by Brian Hoff, Mike Lockhart, Nina Sparrow, and Sean Napatow. They bring a 7-3 record to this contest. Their starting lineup: wearing number 1, a 6'5" senior, Grayson Allen. Wearing number 2, a 6'5" senior, Christian Terrell. A 5'11" junior, wearing number 3, Ben Bobbitt. A 5'10" junior, wearing number 5, Luke Morris. And a 6'9" junior, wearing number 33, Wyatt Walker. And now the Crusaders. Under head coach Carl Kremer, bring a 6-0 record into this contest. He is assisted by Mike Susili, Fred Hess, Dan Jerkowitz, and Doug Horst. His starting lineup: wearing number 11, a 5'10" senior, Trey Hawkins. A 6'8" senior, wearing number 14, Jack Anton. A 6'2" senior, wearing number 15, Grant Benzinger. a 6'6" senior wearing number 21, Adam Gigax. And a 6'9" sophomore wearing number 51, Nate Fowler. Your officials for this contest. At this time, the Beach Ball Committee would like to recognize the accomplishments starting his 50th year. That's 5-0. As an official, Mr. Jack Feeney. How about a hand for Jack? The official crew is led by Kevin Brown and Mr. Esau Johnson. Good luck, gentlemen.
Well, Ralph, Providence came into this game after defeating Socastee the other night, and that was a big win, 70-38. Built an 18-0 lead against Socastee last night, led them 51-13 at the half, and 70-38 was the final. Moeller will jump up Nate Fowler at the free throw line, and Wyatt Walker for Providence. And controlled first for Providence Stallions out of Jacksonville, Florida. 7-3 on the year against the Moeller Crusaders, 6-0 on the year.
And not one guy for Providence has the same kind of shoes.
Well, if you look at Grayson Allen, number 1 for Providence, he has 2 different types of shoes on, I do believe.
Wow.
That's purple and blue on the left and green and orange on the right. With the ball is Ben Bobbitt, controlling out at the top. His first year with the Providence Stallions came from Potter's House High School. Swinging over to Luke Morris. Three-pointer on the way. That one no good. Down with it is Grayson Allen, the Duke signee. He misses the money. 51. Nate Fowler down with the rebound to Trey Hawkins. Ahead, they get it to Jack Anton, and a 3 on the way off the back of the iron by Adam Gigax.
And so far, 2 wide-open threes for each team.
On the run, Ben Bobbitt loses a handle on it, and Benzinger grabs it, and I didn't see who made the 3.
That was Christian Terrell, number 2.
Thank you.
A lefty.
Looking inside, Nate Fowler, 6'9" junior. And they swing it up to Trey Hawkins, to Anton, and he walked with it. So turnover, Providence will get the ball back with a 3-point lead. 2 16-minute halves here in the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
You're going to see some full court pressure by Moeller. Just token pressure.
And across the timeline, Ben Bobbitt, the 5'11" junior. Gets it over to Grayson Allen, the Duke signee. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Back up with it is Christian Terrell. Christian Terrell, Florida Gulf Coast signee. And going the other way with it is Terrell. It quickly ahead to Grayson Allen, and he gets fouled by Nate Fowler. Fowler fouled out of the first game of the Beach Ball Classic when they defeated Father Henry Carr 55-39.
I'm anxious to see Fowler. I've heard so much stuff about him. Butler, Dayton, West Virginia, some others recruiting him.
Christian Terrell inbounds. And inside the paint, a little right hook from Wyatt Walker.
Yeah, the big fella, a little up and under move against Fowler. Nice play.
Trey Hawkins up to Benzinger. And back to Grant Benzinger. To Trey Hawkins. Inside now for Nate Fowler. And they're going to call a foul before the ball comes in on Nate Fowler.
Yeah, I don't like that call at all. That was an ISO for Fowler, and they took the help away, and he worked his man up the lane, threw it over the top, but they called him for pushing off. He won't get that called on him in college.
Christian Terrell gets it inside to Ben Bobbitt and back to Terrell. By the way, Terrell with the ball coming across the timeline. If you Google him or check him out on YouTube, has over 1 million hits on one of his videos that went viral for a dunk he made in a contest. Did you see that spin move by Grayson Allen in the air?
Wow, haven't seen too many 360s here before.
And a timeout for Moeller. Carl Kramer says, let's stop this one now. A 9-0 lead. As I said, Providence got out to an 18-0 lead against Socastee, and that one got away quickly, so trying to stem the tide.
Well, it's obvious right off the bat that you see just what Providence can do. They've got a good inside player in Walker. They've got two terrific guys on the perimeter in Allen and Terrell. And this team is legit. I've heard a lot of coaches say this might be the best team in this tournament. We'll see.
Right. They were expected to be one of the favorites, and they are down 2 of their players with Davis Sharp out. He's the Florida signee in football and 6'9" senior. And then Morgan Walker is also out. He had an ankle twist.
Well, that's got to affect this team. But, gosh, right now they're playing pretty well without those guys. You wonder over the long haul how they'll handle that.
Trey Hawkins for Jack Anton. Looking inside. Gigax gets it to Hawkins. Now inside and tipping it to Anton. Swing it back around. 3-pointer on the way. And no good on the weak side. Down with it is Christian Terrell. 12 points in the Friday night contest against Socastee. To Terrell. 6'5" senior. Over to Ben Bobbitt. 12:40 left in the first half. Tyler Watkins and Ralph Patterson with this broadcast of the 33rd Annual Beach Ball Classic, and they call him for charge.
They do, but boy, I like Terrell. He is really good, and Coach Dooley at Florida Gulf Coast has got to be thrilled that he's getting this kid. He can handle it, pass it. He's already got about 3 rebounds. Nice player.
Trey Hawkins, the 5'10" senior, unguarded across the timeline, swings left to Gus Ragland. Ragland, the quarterback of the 2-time state champion Moeller Crusaders football team.
How about a bunch of national championships, too, with that football team?
Terrell, your favorite guy, up off the glass, and that one was just short on the bounce.
Yeah, he's left-handed, but he tried to finish with the right hand there.
And Ragland across the timeline, 6'2" senior. To the top of the key, left corner now, and a foul committed off the ball by Trey Hawkins of the Moeller Crusaders.
Yeah, Moeller runs the oldest offense in America, at least one of them, flex, and they caught him with a screen away from the ball.
Media timeout on the court. Let's take one as well. Providence leads Moeller 9-0. This is the Beach Ball Classic on HTC Sports.
Plans today to attend the Big South Basketball Championships. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com/Big South.
Johnny Gardner Law.
I like working with people, and so one of the things I find most satisfying in real estate is being able to facilitate either the purchase for a new home buyer or the sale of a home for someone who's looking to transition and possibly move on. It gives me great satisfaction.
Johnny Gardner Law, with offices in Myrtle Beach and Conway. Wherever life takes you, we'll be there.
9-0 is the lead for Providence over Moeller. Providence out of Jacksonville, Florida. Moeller Crusaders out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Interesting tidbit, Moeller is an all-boys school, but yet they have brought a cheerleading squad. Now, how does that happen, Ralph? The cheerleading squad is made up of girls from around the Cincinnati area that come together and cheer for the boys' school.
Well, and I've been to Moeller High School years ago when I was still coaching. It's an athletic factory. They have a big-time football stadium. They draw great. They've got a huge throng of fans here tonight, and it doesn't surprise me that they have cheerleaders here.
Providence with the ball and the lead. That's Christian Terrell. Back to Terrell. 3-pointer on the way. 2 defenders come in. Not able to block the shot. Down with it is Grayson Allen, the Duke signee. Dribble drive and then dish to Wyatt Walker. And was a foul called, or he walked with it? He walked with it.
He traveled. They threw it to him at the high post, and he did what he was supposed to do, is square up and look opposite, but they called him for travel. And a change in defense, by the way, for Moeller. They went zone that time.
Kevin Curley, the 5'11" junior, now into the game for Moeller. And with the ball across the timeline, looking inside for Nate Fowler. Doesn't find him. Instead, top of the key, three-pointer on the way, and that one is good by Grant Benzinger.
Really nice play. They ran a little back screen for the post, and then they re-screened and got the wide open three. Good stuff.
Ben Bobbitt now. Over to Christian Terrell, looking inside, and a bounce pass on the cut for Grayson Allen.
How about that?
Mr. Slam Dunk.
Boy, that was sweet right there.
When I spoke to the team earlier today, they said, you're going to be surprised now. Both Grayson Allen and Christian Terrell can both dunk the ball. Moeller finally able to put up some points. Who made that one? Did you see?
I didn't. My bad.
Luke Morris with the ball now. Over to Grayson Allen. Long three-pointer. And out of the hands of Luke Morris. One of those kids that's a little quiet but has worked his way into the starting lineup. And he'll come right back out.
Well, but he's one of those blend players that just goes in and fills a spot, keeps the ball moving, plays good defense, and everybody needs players like that.
Kevin Curley. Now Christian Terrell steps up.
Little half-court pressure here by Providence.
And works well. Grayson Allen able to get his arm in there and knock it out of bounds, and the officials undecided, but they give it back to Moeller Crusaders. 6-0 on the year. 10-11 left. 2 16-minute halves at the Beach Ball Classic. Thanks for watching on HTC, Cable Channel 4, and online at beachballclassic.com. If you're watching and you have the internet, maybe you have Facebook, go spread the word. Let people know that they can watch the games.
Half-court trap.
Take it across court to a wide-open Grant Benzinger. Three is good.
Benzinger, I've been waiting for him to do something. That nice play. He's headed to Wright State. Good player.
After leading by 9, Providence, Moeller has brought it back within 3. It's 11-8 now. That's Wyatt Walker. They get it to Terrell. Inside to Walker. Left-hander up off the glass is good for the 6'9" junior. It's being recruited by Davison, University of North Florida, and a lot of the Big South and A-10 teams. Benzinger. Scrappy little player, puts it up off the left glass.
Well, I like him. He's a hard-nosed guy and can score a bunch of different ways. He just showed it, a three and then a drive.
Looking inside. Baseline dribble, up and under for Ladarian Griffin.
And Walker got the tip.
All right, Trey Hawkins keeps it himself, takes it into the paint amongst many trees and gets fouled in the process. Bailed out, you may say, Ralph.
Well, and I was wondering, we've already talked a lot about Allen and Terrell, about how good they are, how athletic they are, and I wondered, can they keep a quick player from getting into the paint? That time, no, they couldn't.
Trey Hawkins, 5'10" senior, makes the first. Trey Hawkins with just 5 points in the game last night. All of them from the free throw line. And adds his first 2 tonight. 15-12, Moeller back within 3 after being down by 9 at one point with 9 minutes left in the first half. It's our second broadcast game of the day, or is it our third? It's our third broadcast game of the day. Still one more to go tonight. Bobbitt drives inside, tries to get it back out, and taken away. Trey Hawkins now. A drop for Benzinger. 3 on the way. No good. Down with it is Wyatt Walker. Walker quickly to Christian Terrell. Finds a wide open lane and takes it.
Wow.
But needs Ladarian Griffin to come in with the follow. Hawkins gets stopped at the top of the key by Ladarian Griffin. And now on the cut, that was too easy by Jack Anton.
And really a nice pass by Fowler. Nate Fowler stepped out to help his teammate, caught it, and then found the open teammate. really nice job.
Then bob it over to Christian Terrell.
2-3 zone for Moeller.
And Grayson Allen steps back from NBA range and makes the three. Back near the logo.
Yeah, he's got some range.
20-14 is the lead for Providence over Moeller. Back in a moment. We'll take a timeout on the Beach Ball Classic Network, brought to you by HTC Sports.
Team, you guys are doing a heck of a job. And don't forget, we got the Big South Championships coming up, and we're all going to head to Myrtle Beach. Road trip! Come on!
Rock the beat.
Don't miss Myrtle Beach Madness. Make your plans now to attend the Big South Basketball Championships March 4 through 9. Everything you need is at visitmyrtlebeach.com/Big South. See you at the beach.
The lead is 6 for Providence Stallions out of Jacksonville, Florida, over the Moeller Crusaders out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tyler Watkins and Ralph Patterson with the fifth broadcast, for fifth game of the day, 5th of 6 today. And Ralph, you have the stat sheet. What do you see that stands out for you?
Well, remember, this game started out 9-zip run for Providence. It's now a 6-point game, but the biggest difference is points in the paint. Providence has 14, Moeller has 4. Some of those buckets have come in transition off the break. Some have come just off a set play. So really, Providence doing a better job in the paint.
Christian Terrell with the ball. 12 points on Friday night. Over to Grayson Allen. Swinging around now for Luke Morris. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Foul underneath. And this one's going to be out of bounds baseline.
Yeah, I think they're going to get, I thought they were going to get Anton over the back.
And I still don't know who they call. Kedar Bryant.
Yeah, Bryant, number 4.
Bryant for Providence. It's called for the foul. And Moeller now with the ball. Down by 6. Trey Hawkins finds Benzinger. Benzinger, three-pointer on the way, no good. Off the weak side, Adam Gigax. As they go out of bounds, and Gigax says, wasn't off me. Esau Johnson says, okay, you were right. So Moeller will keep the ball. Under their own basket. Inbounding is Trey Hawkins. Looking for Nate Fowler. Fowler, the 6'9" junior, gets it to Grant Benzinger. Tries to find some space. Instead gets it to Gigax. And back to Benzinger now.
Really good defense by Providence coming out of that out-of-bounds play because they ran a set, and, boy, they stopped it.
Gigax guarded by Deion Johnson. Over to Hawkins. Back out to Fowler. Benzinger now. Benzinger from the free throw line. No good, and Fowler comes down with it. Again, Jack Anton tries from the foul line, and he'll put 2 up.
Well, nice job by Fowler to get an offensive rebound, throw it to an open teammate, and then Anton drilled it.
Grayson Allen inside for Wyatt Walker. Back out now for Deion Johnson, the 6' junior.
And switching defenses again, Moeller back to man-to-man. They may be playing man off of made shots and zone or matchup off of misses. They're changing up a lot.
Now Grayson Allen around the key. Looking for the pick. Moeller picks up on it. On the switch, Grayson Allen, the fall away. It's no good, and down with it is Trey Hawkins.
That was a terrible shot.
To Nate Fowler. Back to Hawkins now. Fowler from the three-point line. And that's good.
How about that? Now, he had passed up several opportunities like that, so I thought he was just a passer, but boy, that makes it even a tougher matchup, Tyler, when you're 6'9", you can step out on the floor. Most bigs don't like to get out that far to cover guys.
19 points on Friday night Nate Fowler had against Father Henry Carr, and a timeout on the floor for Providence. Well, we look at the games earlier today. Father Henry Carr defeated Socastee in the first matchup. Norcross defeated Mullins 87-48 earlier. Northland defeated Bullis School. Well, that says 87-48, but I don't think that was right, was it?
Not sure.
All right. And then Madison Memorial defeated Bishop O'Connell 45-43. Still to come tonight is Bishop Laughlin versus Franklin out of Ohio. That's the 8:45 matchup, and we'll have that one right here on beachballclassic.com. Tyler Watkins and Ralph Patterson with this broadcast. Ralph, you still have one more to do today. You just get a double header.
I like it.
Say.
I like it. I'm glad to be here.
Once the professional comes to town, they really utilize him, don't they?
Well, it's my pleasure. I wish I could be here more.
5:19 left in the first, and Christian Terrell keeps it himself with the left-handed floater, gets the rebound, out to Grayson Allen. Three-pointer on the way. Good for the Duke signee.
Now, so far, when Grayson Allen has had time and his feet were set to catch and shoot, he's drilled it both times. When he's created his three, he hasn't made those.
And that one by Jack Anton is no good. Over to Christian Terrell. Terrell looks to the sideline and says, Coach, what do you want? Back up near the midcourt line, and they reset. Over to Ladarian Griffin, to Christian Terrell, to Grayson Allen. Timeout called by Providence again.
Yeah,
Ralph, didn't they just call a timeout?
They did, and Coach Jim Martin, we may get a shot of him here. We do. He looks like Chris Mullins. You played for Golden State and St. John's. And
I remember.
He's not a happy camper right now.
Nope, his 14th year at the helm of the Providence Stallions. Providence, you know, I looked, not a lot of information available online for Providence, and that's a little odd, but one of the things that is available is their accomplishments athletically, Ralph. There are 5 pages of accomplishments athletically for the Providence School out of Jacksonville, Florida, including equestrian accomplishments.
That's good. Maybe that may mean that I need to get down there and check out some equestrian events.
The state cheerleading champions in 2013. Jim Martin, the coach of the basketball team, who's had their own success.
Well, he's a good coach. This is his 13th year, and I like it when a coach will call back-to-back times out. If his team doesn't get it, it's great. It's a great way. Guaranteed he gets their attention a little bit better that second time out. And if he doesn't, then he knows he's got a serious problem.
They were the 2010 and 2013 varsity regional champions and state champions. Of course, district champions in 2003, 10, 11, 12, 13, and, well, the list could go on and on and on. They got 4th place in the City of Palms tournament a couple of weeks ago, but Coach Martin was the coach of the tournament. That's an award. They give it to him. He won it. Christian Terrell over to Grayson Allen. Allen, just a little floater, and that adds 2. 6 points is the lead now for Providence over Moeller.
As in that's another way to see how good he is. You played Allen tough, and he drives by and hits the running one-hander.
Trey Hawkins on the bounce, gets his own tip, puts it in to add 2. 4 points for him now. Ben Bobbitt to Grayson Allen. Over to Christian Terrell. Christian Terrell's three-pointer falls short into the hands of Nate Fowler. And getting after it is Luke Morris. Gets it back into Moeller, though. Trey Hawkins now to Nate Fowler. Ralph, when Nate Fowler takes that 3 a few moments ago out by the three-point line, do you now have to respect him a little bit more when they get that ball out to him?
Well, I thought, you know, he passed down several opportunities to do that.
Right.
Where he got it to a different teammate. Maybe if he steps into the pass, his feet are set, he's comfortable shooting it. But you just saw there, he turned down an opportunity to shoot, and they get another guy to shoot a three.
Luke Morris now to Wyatt Walker. Over to Ben Bobbitt. Inside for Walker. Attempts the up and under. He's going to go to the free throw line for two. And the foul is called against Grant Benzinger. With 2:58 left, Providence leads Moeller 25-23. A media timeout on the floor. We'll take one. This is the Beach Ball Classic on HTC Sports.
My LTE smartphone from HTC Wireless connects me to friends and family faster than ever with 4G connection speed. And that means faster shopping, sharing on Facebook, uploading photos and videos wherever, whenever. And when my family needs more data on all of our phones and tablets, HTC has a plan for that, connecting me with the things that mean the most.
Switch to HTC member connections and save up to $1,000 over 2 years. Call 369-8968.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Your trees are beautiful, but you're going to have a problem when all those pretty leaves fall. But you could call the man. 845-2760 is the number, so give him a call.
And I'll take care of you.
Be a part of Myrtle Beach Madness. Go to visit myrtlebeach.com/Big South.
25-23 is the lead for Providence over Moeller with 2:58 left in the first half. Tyler Watkins and Ralph Patterson. And Ralph, you have the stat sheet. What stands out?
Yeah, not a whole lot different than last time. Still big difference in the paint. 14 points for Providence, 6 for Moeller. But let's remember it was a 9-zip start. Now it's just a 2-point game. So Moeller has done a good job to hang in there, really without playing great, although they are shooting 52% from the floor, and that's pretty good against this Providence team.
Grayson Allen has 12 points, leads all scorers, and Grant Benzinger with 10 on the flip side for Moeller. To the line is Wyatt Walker. Walker with 6 points in the game. Make it 7.
You know, Tyler, you mentioned that Walker's being recruited by Davidson and North Florida, a bunch of Big South schools. I do a lot of Big South games, or at least will, starting in January, and that league has gotten a lot better, and he'd be a good fit for that league.
Nate Fowler, the three on the way. Off the right side, no good, and on the run is Christian Terrell, and they're going to call him for walking. Got it caught up on that right hip. Did he attempt to swing that pass around behind his back? Is that what happened around?
Well, it was a good call. You know, Terrell's talking to the official about it, but the official, who's in his 50th year refereeing, Jack T, made the correct call. 50 years as an official.
Kevin Curley. Finally, they find Grant Benzinger. Benzinger guarded heavily by Ben Bobbitt.
That's why Bobbitt's in there. He's a good defensive player.
Jack Anton, and they get it back to Gigax. Gigax now to Curley. To Nate Fowler. Another three on the way. That's 2 in the game for the 6'9" junior.
You know, and that's amazing to me that sometimes he catches it and he's ready to unload it and shoots it, and other times he catches it and just moves it to the next guy and doesn't even look.
They're going to call a push off on Jack Anton there as Christian Terrell went up into the air. They say Anton got a little arm movement.
Yeah, that's hard to that was a set play for an alley-oop for Terrell, and it's often hard to call a set play in transition like they did just there. That's pretty good stuff.
Gus Ragland comes back in, as does Gigax for Moeller. Inbounding is Christian Terrell. Terrell to Ben Bobbitt. Looking inside. Swings it to Grayson Allen. 18 points last night against Sacastee in the win, 70-38 the final. Now back over to Grayson Allen. Three-pointer on the way. That one from near the mid-court line, it felt like.
It would be good 32 feet.
Three-pointer on the way by Ragland. is no good. Moeller able to come down with it. And that's Anton on the credit. Benzinger with the shot. And that will put Moeller in the lead for the very first time in this game after being down 9-0 to start.
And that was just good hustle play by Grant Benzinger to track the ball down, then hit the jumper.
They're going to call Ragland for the elbow on the right side. 27, Providence. Moeller with 28. So used to calling Providence in the lead. You see what happened there? A little activity underneath the glass, and quickly they come in and call a foul. Esau Johnson puts a stop to that. The foul going to go against Wyatt Walker, and the officials will discuss it with Wyatt Walker and Adam Gigax. Tell them to calm down a bit. They shake hands, walk away, no problem.
You know, it's just guys playing hard, and you know, sometimes when a guy falls so hard, some of that's a flop, and may have been there, but two good teams getting after each other.
Inside they find Jack Anton, misses the bunny, not able to come down with it, but Grayson Allen does. Allen on the drive gets it taken away, and by Grant Benzinger. Looks like the foul's going to be called on Benzinger.
Yeah, and you really got to get back quick against Providence. Remember, off the made three, they in a speed game they run a lob play. Look at those shoes. You know, I mentioned earlier.
Right.
Maybe not one guy on this team has the same pair of shoes, but I wonder if he flip-flops at halftime and switches them out again.
Well, let's take note. The blue and purple is on the left. The green and orange is on the
mark that
right.
down. You mark that down, please.
Now there's rumors. Well, they're confirmed rumors now that the Duke coaching staff will be in attendance here shortly. Wonder if he'll put on the same shoes for the Duke coaching staff.
He probably should, because he won't be doing that at Duke.
No, he won't. 45 seconds left. And we're going to foul called against Benzinger. No. Ben Bobbitt gets called for the foul. That'll be his first. Adam Gigax inbounds and finds Grant Benzinger. Benzinger to Gigax. Swinging around now for Hawkins. With 35 seconds left, Moeller with the lead and the ball. 6-0 on the year. Providence 7-3 on the year. Hawkins trying to direct traffic, unguarded. Plenty of time to do that. No shot clock in high school basketball. 2 16-minute halves, and they're going to hold for the last shot with the lead. Down to 10 now. You got to have room for a rebound and a putback, and instead we'll get a foul shot called.
Yeah, they had a foul to give, so that they were coached to go out and make that foul away from the basket, and did. So they'll still have to take it out of bounds now. Just 3.5 seconds to try and do something.
Puts a little more pressure on the shooter, doesn't it, Ralph?
One, it gives you a chance. You got 5 on the floor on defense versus 4 on offense on the inbound. Trying to get a chance for a steal.
Long three on the way. That one no good by Trey Hawkins, and Moeller will go into the locker room with a 1-point lead after being down 9-0 to start the game. We'll come back in just a moment with our halftime guest. This is the Beach Ball Classic on HTC Sports.
My HTC digital cable service connects me to my favorite shows and new release movies with video on demand, so I can watch what I want, when I want, and I can choose from more than 200 channels, including digital cable sports. I'll never miss a play for my favorite team in any season. With HTC, it's a win-win, because HTC connects me with the things that mean the most.
Primetime on demand, including NBC, available free with any HTC set-top box. Call 369-8961.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
The fun in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina always begins at the beach. 60 miles of picture-perfect coastline provide the perfect opportunity to get outside and enjoy the area's #1 attraction absolutely free. Start here to begin your affordable vacation getaway. Earning several honors, including the world's best beach by Yahoo Travel and top family destination by Ask.com, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is renowned for much more than its shoreline. World-class entertainment, endless shopping opportunities, award-winning dining, championship golf, spectacular spas, and family-friendly affordability are never far when visiting the Grand Strand. Spend the day checking out the brand new boardwalk, voted third best boardwalk in the nation by National Geographic. And when the sun goes down, the lights come up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Host to a vibrant social scene and entertainment options that just don't stop, you can begin a fun night out sampling cosmopolitan cuisine from one of the area's esteemed restaurants, or take your pick from a variety of live action-packed shows showing nightly. If you're longing for a little more peace and quiet where life moves a little slower, check out the distinctly southern moss-draped oak trees at Brook Green Gardens, a National Historic Landmark, or savor locally caught seafood and Carolina low-country cuisine along the Murrells Inlet Marsh Walk. Family-friendly events like the annual Sun Fun Festival, Beach Boogie and Barbecue Festival, a Memorial Day weekend celebration are always sure to impress, providing another free way to enjoy the South Carolina sunshine. And popular water parks, oceanfront amusement parks, and outdoor entertainment complexes keep families coming back year after year. No matter the tempo of your vacation, the Myrtle Beach area has something to offer everyone, combining rich Southern heritage with modern-day appeal to deliver memorable family moments sure to last a lifetime. Visit Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and experience so much more for so much less.
My LTE smartphone from HTC Wireless connects me to friends and family faster than ever with 4G connection speed. And that means faster shopping, sharing on Facebook, uploading photos and videos wherever, whenever. And when my family needs more data on all of our phones and tablets, HTC has a plan for that, connecting me with the things that mean the most.
Switch to HTC Member Connections and save up to $1,000 over 2 years. Call 369-8968.
HTC. This is life. Connect with it.
Back at the 33rd Annual Beach Ball Classic at the J. Lambeau Schwartz Arena inside the Myrtle Beach Convention Center. At the half, Moeller leads Providence 28-27. Tyler Watkins joined now by my halftime guest, Jamie Shaw of Phenom Hoop Report. And Jamie is an interesting addition to the Beach Ball Classic. And this is your first year representing the Phenom Hoop Report. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about you, and most people may recognize you as the kid that used to run around the Beach Ball Classic for years and years and years, getting autographs from nearly every basketball player that came through.
Yeah, that was a big part of my childhood growing up, was coming to the Beach Ball Classic. It was always a great event to kind of see people and then see all the basketball players, who was great, who's going to be the next great thing. So I always had a little thing growing up where I would try to get every player who was participating, good or bad, get their autograph.
Well, tell me a little bit about that, and I want to talk about the Phenom Hoop Report. But you have seen it was so interesting as a kid. I know watching you. You know, I guess you started when maybe you were 5 or 6.
Sure. Coming
to these events and would run around, and you would end up with 40 autographs in a book. But talk about some of those players that you interacted with during those days of the Beach Ball Classic.
Well, it was fantastic. They always seemed to be really understanding and open to the kids, and understanding that it was about the kids. But players such as Kobe Bryant and Mike Bibby's, and I remember the very first one I came to was Cherokee Parks was playing it, and he was the big thing. So just from there, it was great. They were all understanding and realizing that the fans, I guess, are where their bread's buttered. So.
Well, Jamie, you had the opportunity to follow a lot of these players as they went through high school and then college and then the NBA and the pros, and now you've sort of parlayed all of that knowledge into a Phenom Hoop Report, which, tell me a little bit about that. Let's assume that I know nothing about the Phenom Hoop Report. Tell me a little bit about what it is, what it does, how I can find it, and all of that.
Well, sure. So the Phenom Hoop Report is myself and my partner Rick Lewis. It's a scouting service, basically. But within that scouting service, it has 3 different places to where we touch people. The first and the foremost is through exposure camps and events. So what we have is we're going to have different AAU tournaments. We're going to have about 5 AAU tournaments between middle school and high school events, and we're also going to have high school tournaments, kind of such as the Beach Ball Classic next year. Also, we have exposure camps where kids come in, 150, 200 kids come in and just be exposed to it. Also, we have a website, www.phenomhoopreport.com, where we do these write-ups, where we put players out there. We cover events such as the beach ball, come in, put the recaps and all that. And also, we have a scouting service that we send out to coaches. We have a number of coaches that subscribe for a year, and we have to get renewed with the NCAA service and all that kind of stuff. So.
Tell me about the website there. I don't know how this works.
Mm-hmm.
So is this a subscription-based deal, a fee-based deal, or is it absolutely free, or how does it run now?
Currently, it's free. Yeah, currently it's free. We go out, we cover events, we cover games. I have a team. We have about 10 people that are employed by Rick and myself, and we go out to cover events. We do interviews with kids. We keep up with their recruiting. We expose the kids that are doing well with life, be it through grades or what they're doing in the community. And we also, good players. We go to events and we cover the events and everything.
Well, talk about some of the players. I know you've got a list, but tell me some of the players that you're looking at here at the Beach Ball Classic, and what do you got?
Well, obviously you want to see the players that have already committed. There's different tiers of players that come through here. The young players that have all the hype. There are the unsigned seniors, which are coming up. That the coaches want to know about and how good they are, and then the players that are already committed. So it's kind of you want to see them all. Obviously, Grayson Allen going to Duke, and Kadeem that's going to Seton Hall, and then you got Mello Trimble going to Maryland. So those are some of the big names that are coming. You also have the younger guys that you want to take a look at, the Jalik Feltons, who's only a freshman, the Altariq Gilberts, who's a sophomore over at Moeller School. You want to take a look at those guys for the future, see where they project, see how they look, see how their understanding of the game is. And also the older guys, the Luke Mays of the group and the Luke Kennards, who have made a name for themselves but are still young, juniors, moving forward because they're about to have a great decision coming ahead of them.
Mm-hmm. You talk about Luke Kennard a bit. He's one of those players that everybody's talking about at the Beach Ball Classic. Has he decided where he's going to school? Who's looking at him, and who's talking about him? And what are your thoughts on this kid?
Well, Luke Kennard's a fantastic talent. As evidenced last night in his game, he had 45 points,
45
I believe,
points,
with the record being 48, and he had foul trouble and had to sit out for 3 or 4 minutes of the game. He's just a rock-steady kid who understands the game. He's going to have his choice of where he wants to go to school. Everybody's on him. And he's still young, so he's still figuring things out and still going through the process and enjoying being courted right now. So,
was he the guy that you're looking at as a hoop report, a scout of players? Is he the guy that you're looking at, or is there somebody here that really stands out above him for you?
Well, this is my first day here. Right now, Luke Kennard is the name that I'm seeing. I've seen him numerous times over the circuit in AAU, and then this will be my first time seeing him with the high school, which is also good too because AAU and high school completely different dynamics. You get to see different parts of the player. Some are more comfortable in different settings, but I'm excited to see him, and he's a big name. Grayson Allen as well, who's a top 30 player nationally.
Well, with just 50 seconds before the second half starts, tell us one more time, Jamie Shaw with us, how we can find you online.
Jamie Shaw at Jamie Shaw 5 on Twitter, www.phenomhoopreport.com on the website.
Thank you for joining us, Jamie.
Tyler, thank you.
Yep. And as we begin the second half, Moeller leads Providence 28-27. Providence, of course, got out to a 9-0 lead to start this game, and then Moeller able to come back, take the lead, hold the ball for the last shot, which they missed. But Ralph Patterson joining us once again, and he's been taking a look at the stat sheet, highlighting some of these players and some of the well, Ralph, you've got it. Tell us what do you see?
Well, I see that Moeller's up 1 when they were down 9-zip. And I think here's what I like about Moeller, at least in the first half. They're down 9-zip, they don't panic. They're a little bit more organized, a little bit more under control than Providence is. But Providence is much more explosive. They've got 2 really athletic guards in Terrell and Allen. And I'm sure these guys will have a lot to say this second half. But I just like the steadiness and the balance of this Moeller team. I don't know if it's enough to win the game. We'll see.
All right. Well, Moeller controlling the ball to start the second half. Trey Hawkins across the timeline. Cross-court pass, three-pointer on the way from Gigax, no good. Down with it is Anton. As Fowler tries to get a handle on it and put it back up, but Providence comes away with it, and that's Luke Morris. Luke Morris to Ben Bobbitt. Bobbitt yet to score in this contest. Terrell with 5 points in the game. Providence is led by Grayson Allen with 12. Wyatt Walker with 8. Looking inside now for Grayson Allen. Back outside for Christian Terrell. Right-hander up off the glass. Easy as pie.
Really nice play. That they ran a set play to try and get Grayson Allen inside on a mismatch. It wasn't there, and Terrell bails him out.
Leading scorer for Moeller is Grant Benzinger with 12. Nate Fowler has 6. Jack Anton has 6. And Benzinger now has 14.
And what a nice job he did. He came off of a screen, catches it, squares up, and it's gone.
Ben Bobbitt looking inside, directing Luke Morris. Now they get it over to Grayson Allen. Bounce pass inside for Wyatt Walker. And they call him pushing off.
No, they call him for a travel.
Okay.
And he tried to create a little space by taking a little extra step. I don't think that was a very good call, to be honest with you.
Trey Hawkins.
It's okay to give opinions?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Well, I believe in broadcasting school textbook they say no opinions allowed. But,
that's right.
But Ralph, you're a professional, so.
Well, but a lot of those guys aren't working either.
Trey Hawkins thinks about putting it inside and then swings it over to Adam Gigax. Back to Trey Hawkins now, the 5'10" senior. Nate Fowler up underneath gets it blocked by Wyatt Walker.
Well, that was good offense and good defense. In fact, Moeller was really patient, ran a great play, got the shot they wanted, and then it got swatted.
Benzinger says he had his feet set. The official says he doesn't, and they call a blocking against Grant Benzinger.
And the officials normally win that debate. You would agree?
Well, they have the whistle.
That's right.
And the attention of the scorekeeper.
That's right.
Grayson Terrell, the Florida Gulf Coast signee. And Trey Hawkins tries to make a pass to you, Ralph.
Well, intercepted by Alan Smothers.
The bad boy of sports radio. You know, not only does Allen have a sports radio show now, this guy's big time, and he'll be up next with you, Ralph, so you're going to have to deal with it. He's got a sports TV show as well. Radio, television, guys on the internet at thepressboxradio.com.
I love that.
This guy's as big as you. It's the giants of sports broadcasting for our next broadcast.
Media magnet.
Nate Fowler to Grant Benzinger. Benzinger to Jack Anton, trying to come down with it. And Christian Terrell across the timeline, finds a seam, inside out, and Ben Bobbitt thinks better of it to Grayson Allen now. Grayson Allen still with the purple shoe on the left foot and the green shoe on the right foot.
So he did not switch?
Didn't switch. And he walked with it. Guess they say that hop and step is a walk.
Well, and the same official called the travel a little bit ago on Walker, so at least he's being consistent. I didn't like that one either, to be honest with you.
31-31 tie ball game, second half action here at the Beach Ball Classic. This is the 5th game of the day. Still one more to go, and that will be Bishop Laughlin versus Franklin, Ohio in the quarterfinal matchups. And we got one underneath now.
That's going to be a foul on the offensive post player, number 14 for Moeller.
Jack Anton. Should be his second, and it is.
And he was just fighting for post position. Used his elbows to clear some space.
Ben Bobbitt looks the inbounds. Finds Christian Terrell, back to Bobbitt. Looking ahead for Grayson Allen and finds him. Grayson Allen stops, pops, adds 3.
See, and again, that he created a little space there. Wide open 3, and he hit it. The ones he's forced, he hasn't shot very well, but that was cash.
Ragland. And what do we got? A foul underneath?
Yeah, that'll probably be on Grayson Allen.
Ragland back into the game, the quarterback of the football team, 6'2" senior, 2-time state champion, Moeller Crusaders. Well, 2 times in a row. They've got more titles than that.
I bet they don't wear gold high tops in football.
Carl Kramer, the coach for Moeller Crusaders in his 23rd year. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Down with it. Nate Fowler back up with it, and they're going to call him a charging. Say Wyatt Walker got set. Nate Fowler got into him, and it'll go the other way.
Yeah, the big fella, he lowered his shoulder. The defender was planted and ready, so they called it. Too bad, though. I like Nate Fowler, and I like Walker, too. This is really a nice matchup of 2 really good, fundamentally sound post players.
Christian Terrell, 12 points in the game Friday night. Terrell with just 5 so far tonight. Grayson Allen has it stripped away. And the other way with it is Trey Hawkins. Hawkins carried. And a turnover for Moeller. Timeout on the floor. Providence leads Moeller 34-31. This is the Beach Ball Classic on HTC Sports.
Plans today to attend the Big South Basketball Championships. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com/Big South.
My HTC digital cable service connects me to my favorite shows and new release movies with video on demand, so I can watch what I want, when I want. And I can choose from more than 200 channels, including digital cable sports. I'll never miss a play for my favorite team in any season. With HTC, it's a win-win, because HTC connects me with the things that mean the most.
Primetime on demand, including ABC, available free with any HTC set-top box. Call 369-8961.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Providence leads Moeller 34-31. Second half action here at the Beach Ball Classic. Moeller Crusaders out of Cincinnati, Ohio, 6-0 on the season. The Providence Stallions out of Jacksonville, Florida, 7-3 on the season. And 4th place in the City of Palms tournament last week. And you look at that Christian Terrell kid for Providence. He was the 3-point shootout winner in the City of Palms tournament. Grayson Allen was he made the finals of the slam dunk contest.
You know, and I bet if they had that competition the next day, you could have flip-flopped those 2 guys, because they both can shoot it. They both can hammer it. They're both really athletic 6'5" guards that we'll see a lot in college.
Well, I haven't had a chance to YouTube Christian Terrell yet, but they say he has a dunk video that went viral, got over 1 million hits, was featured on ESPN Sports Center. Grayson Allen guarded by Gigax. Loses a handle on it, and then they call the man that was set, Trey Hawkins, with the blocking. Grayson Allen out of control, loses a handle on it, runs into a set Trey Hawkins, and they call him for blocking.
Yeah, and actually, Hawkins was right next to him. They called it on Noah Abel.
Okay.
But he was set. You're right.
And now they were going to say he was shooting. He was not shooting. The ball was out of his hands. He lost control of it, and they're going to say he was shooting. And sending to the line for 2. In the most rarest of instances, Ralph, I am now complaining about officiating call, because that never happens with me.
Did your relationship over the years as a broadcaster with Alan Smothers have anything to do with that?
Well, it showed me how not to complain about officials, if anything. You know, I firmly believe that these 3 guys on the court with the striped shirts do one thing. They wake up in the morning with the idea that they're going to do the best job they can possibly do today. They have a ton of experience, knowledge, training, and I genuinely believe that they do the very best job they can do. So I've never criticized officials, but that's the wrong call.
Well, and one thing that, as when you analyze officials and you get on up the ladder in college and in the pros, there is accountability now at those levels because they get critiqued every game by people in the conferences or the league and that type of thing. That has not happened at this level, and maybe someday it will. I doubt it, though.
Grayson Allen puts the second one in, and Trey Hawkins will bring it across the timeline. 11-10 left, second half action. Quarterfinal matchup of Providence versus Moeller. Providence went out to a 9-0 lead. Moeller led at the half by 1. Now Providence with a 5-point lead. Grayson Allen swings it over to Christian Terrell, thinks about the three-pointer, decides against it. Ladarian Griffin, they call him for walking.
They did. You know, and difference between these two teams, I mentioned a little bit ago that Moeller, I thought, is a more balanced team, a little more organized, a little more under control. And Providence just seems like they're in a real hurry to score. They don't have any gears. It's just they put the pedal to the metal.
Trey Hawkins swings it over to Nate Fowler. Before he does, though, gets called for the charge. That'll be his first in the game. Providence in their white uniforms and black numbers, green trim, and multicolored shoes.
Good call there. That was a good call by you.
Apparently Moeller got the memo and all wore orange. Or yellow, sorry. Christian Terrell, they're going to call something on inside here. And that's going to go against Moeller. And is that going to be Trey Hawkins? It is going to be, and that'll be quickly his second.
Yeah, Hawkins was getting posted up by Bobbitt.
Terrell, long pass to Ben Bobbitt. First year with the Providence Stallions. Always wanted to play at Providence. Came from Porter's house. They finally got the financial arrangements worked out. And Ben Bobbitt is now a Stallion.
Moeller's back to man-to-man.
Grayson Allen in the left corner. Stops, thinks about popping, can't get it off, but gets it to Darian Griffin, who gets it back to Grayson, who gets fouled, and will go to the line, shoot a couple. Fouled by Trey Hawkins.
You've called his name quickly. About the last 90 seconds, he's got 3 fouls.
Wow.
And you see some teams do this at the end of the game, but rarely do teams do this with 10 minutes to go. We're talking about having the rest of their team back and leaving one guy at the foul line.
Why do they do that? And he's at the line for 3, but why do they do that?
Well, some coaches do it because they want to get a free timeout, maybe talk to the other 4, but they're not doing that. They're just running these guys back there and letting them rest a little bit.
Interesting.
I don't like that move, to be honest with you, but a lot of coaches use it now.
Adam Gigax looking on the dish.
Boy, Benzinger moves without the ball so well. Nice pass.
Inside for Jack Anton. Puts up 2 and he'll go to the line to add the third.
Benzinger is a complete player. He ran off a couple screens, finally got the ball, and then finds the open teammate and throws a heater to Anton for the layup.
Jack Anton with 6, 8 in the game, make it 9 now.
Wright State's getting a heck of a player in Grant Benzinger. I like him a lot.
You know, his dad is Todd Benzinger. I don't know if you remember that name. He was a baseball player.
That would be Cincinnati Reds, right?
Cincinnati Reds. He made the last out of the '90 World Series. Remember who won that game?
I do not.
That was my foot that kicked our monitor. Thank you for fixing that. The Cincinnati Reds won that game.
Well, then no prob if he made the last out.
Yeah.
Then they probably celebrated and had Skyline Chili after the game like people do in Cincinnati.
Now, is that the place to go in Cincinnati? Is that the chili you want to get?
Call it chili parlor. It's spaghetti with a fine cinnamon beef sauce on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Nate Fowler attempting another three. He's got a couple in this game. The 6'9" junior. Now Luke Morris. Over to Christian Terrell. Terrell out of control. Back to Morris. Morris dribble drive inside, and the little Michael Jordan
How about that
shot.
Nice play. Really nice play.
Was that the one where you drop it down to your knees as you're in the air and then put it back up?
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Now you have to make that same shot.
I'm not sure I can get out on the floor. Trey Hawkins with a three.
With a tray.
With a tray. Yeah. Providence 41, Moeller 37. 8:15 left. Second half action. Quarterfinal matchup at the 33rd Annual Beach Ball Classic. Tyler Watkins and Ralph Patterson.
And Tyler, one thing that Moeller does a great job, not a good job at, great job, is showing themselves on screens. They have great gap control, which has really affected Providence. And just as I say it, it doesn't that time. Terrell gets into the paint.
Does indeed, and a little fakie and then up off the glass. And Nate Fowler quickly ahead, adds two of his own.
And a nice little pump fake that made Wyatt Walker fly out of bounds, and then he finishes.
Christian Terrell for the Providence Stallions gets it to Ben Bobbitt. Providence led by head coach Jim Martin, 14 years as a coach. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Down with it is Jack Anton. Quickly ahead to Trey Hawkins. Hawkins shot that three from about the same spot. Now they swing it around. Inside now for Anton, and Anton from behind the glass, up and under.
Tough shot, and really a nice job by Anton, because the pass was high, but he caught it high, didn't put it on the floor to let those little guards slap at it, and then he put it in off the glass. Give and go.
Terrell on the cut, gets it.
Give and go, nice play.
4-point lead for Providence now. Opened the game with a 9-0 lead and was down by one at the half. They've come back to open another lead. Over to Benzinger. To Nate Fowler, swinging around for Hawkins. Hawkins, stop, pop, no good, fouled in the process, and he'll go to the line for two with 6:31 left.
Yeah, Luke Morris fouled there.
Timeout on the floor. Providence leads Moeller 45-41. Back in a moment. This is the Beach Ball Classic on HTC Sports.
Team, you guys are doing a heck of a job. And don't forget, we got the Big South Championships coming up, and we're all going to head to Myrtle Beach. Road trip! Come on!
Rock the beat.
Don't miss Myrtle Beach Madness. Make your plans now to attend the Big South Basketball Championships March 4 through 9. Everything you need is at visitmyrtlebeach.com/Big South. See you at the beach.
4-point lead for Providence over Moeller, 45-41, 6:31 left in the second half. Tyler Watkins and Ralph Patterson. What do you see, Ralph?
Well, a 4-point lead for Providence, and you know, just as I started to knock them that they were a little bit out of control, they've got some really good players. And now Grayson Allen has 20, Christian Terrell has 11, and just a 4-point lead, but you know, they're so gifted offensively. And let's keep in mind, Tyler, you mentioned this at the outset, Providence playing without two really good players, Davis Sharp, the football player in the All-Star game, and then Morgan Walker, who's on the bench with an ankle injury. These are two really good players and they're still leading without those guys.
Trey Hawkins at the line for two, 7 points in the game, 2 free throws in the game, and made both of them, and now he makes a third to give him 8 points. The lead was 1 at the half for Moeller, 28-27. Providence led by 9 to start the game. Second one no good. And Providence with it, moving left to right. Christian Terrell across the timeline. To the top of the key, left corner now for Luke Morris. Back to Christian Terrell.
See how the defender guarding the screener steps out and shows right there, keeping them out of the paint. They do a great job of that.
That's almost college level basketball, isn't it?
They're doing a nice job. And now with all the ball screens with the NBA, it's trickled down back all the way down to this level.
Ben Bobbitt guarded by Trey Hawkins. Christian Terrell inside on the cut for Grayson Allen. Up off the glass, the bank shot extends the lead to 5.
Wow, he's got 22 now.
Benzinger, the leading scorer for Moeller, with 15, thinks about it, decides against it, now with the ball. Getting molested outside the arc. Nate Fowler. Gigax swings it to Hawkins. To Anton. Right corner for Gigax. Back to Hawkins, looking for Fowler inside. Gigax will have to take the shot. And on the weak side, down with it, is Ben Bobbitt.
Boy, Bobbitt is strong. That's really helped him defensively. He's doing a nice job on Benzinger. And boy, he came down with that rebound in the crowd.
5'11" junior. Now Grayson Allen with the ball and the stall. We've seen this type deal several times in the Beach Ball Classic where the team with the lead just slows it down. Sometimes they just stand out mid-court line and hold the ball, waiting for time to expire. Three-pointer on the way, though, by Wyatt Walker is no good. And Moeller with the ball, down by 5. Moving right to left, Benzinger has it taken away by Grayson Allen. Going the other way, and a dunk by Grayson Allen. The City of Palms finalist in the dunk contest. Gigax, left-hander, easily up off the glass. Ahead to Christian Terrell on the run.
Boy, and you better not celebrate because Providence brings it back in a hurry. Nice double team.
Yeah, gets them pinned in the corner and a timeout called by Providence. All right. 49-44, Providence leads. This is the Beach Ball Classic on HTC Sports.
My LTE smartphone from HTC Wireless connects me to friends and family faster than ever with 4G connection speed. And that means faster shopping, sharing on Facebook, uploading photos and videos wherever, whenever. And when my family needs more data on all of our phones and tablets, HTC has a plan for that, connecting me with the things that mean the most.
Switch to HTC Member Connections and save up to $1,000 over 2 years. Call 369-8968.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Congratulations, here's your prize, and you get to connect all of this stuff all by yourself. But there will be no crying when you call the man. 845-2760 is the number.
And I'll take care of you.
Be a part of Myrtle Beach Madness. Go to visit myrtlebeach.com/Big South.
49-44 is the lead for Providence over Moeller with just 4 minutes left in this game. Ralph Patterson, you've got the stats sheet. What do you see?
Well, just looking at Grayson Allen's numbers with 4 minutes to go in this game, he's 8 of 13 from the floor, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, 5 of 6 from the line, 6 rebounds, 24 points, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. So you want more assists than turnovers. So that's about the only negative in his stat list right now.
Moeller Crusaders 6-0 on the season. Providence Stallions 7-3 on the season out of Jacksonville, Florida. Inbounding is Christian Terrell. Finds Luke Morris. Swinging around to Ben Bobbitt. To Grayson Allen. Looking near side for Christian Terrell and gets it to him in the corner right in front of our broadcast position.
And right now Providence just trying to shorten the game a little bit. by running some clock.
Christian Terrell loses a handle on it as he drives the lane. And down with it is Benzinger. Benzinger to Hawkins. Fighting inside is Jack Anton. They swing it cross court. Now to Nate Fowler. Trey Hawkins thought about the three, and then from the left side, the hip shot for Trey Hawkins.
And that was not an easy shot. He now has 10 points, and Trey has really helped this team tonight.
Brought him back to within 3. At 3:11 left. Quarterfinal matchup. Ben Bobbitt, a little shake and bake between the legs. Gets it over to Christian Terrell. Back to Grayson Allen now. Allen thinks about driving inside, has 2 defenders there, and has to bring it back out to Christian Terrell.
And right now the patience for Providence is helping them. But one of the reasons they're being patient is because when they try and drive it, Moeller's gap control is pretty good. They haven't been able to turn the corner. So they're able to run more clock, now 2.5 with a 3-point lead.
What does Moeller have to do at this point?
Well, they're starting to extend their defense a little bit. Now they want to get a deflection. They don't want to foul yet, but maybe get a turnover off a deflection and go down and get an easy one.
Providence looks happy just to play the 4-corner game.
And Moeller has 7 fouls, so when they foul, they will go to the line with the bonus.
Grayson Allen, cross-court pass, and they just swing it between Allen, Terrell, and Ben Bobbitt. 1:51 left. Winner of this game is going to play tomorrow night at 8:45. The loser will play tomorrow at 1:45. Inside now for Wyatt Walker. Makes the 2, gets fouled, go to the line for 3, and Ralph, that's exactly what you want to see.
That's exactly what they needed, and really is a nice drive and then a nice pass, and Walker with the finish, and he drew the foul.
And those games won't happen tomorrow. They'll actually happen on Monday as we skip Sunday, but we've got a Sunday showdown. We won't broadcast that, but it's 4 games and the slam dunk contest and 3-point shootout. And then we'll be back on the air Monday at 3:30 p.m. That's the 3rd for Wyatt Walker. Extends the lead out to 6 for Providence with 1:39 left.
Excuse me, Tyler. That was a huge possession for Providence. They ran clock and got 3 points out of the deal.
Trey Hawkins really stepped up in this game, makes the 3, and they call a timeout.
That's exactly what they needed. Now it's back to a one-possession game, just 3 points with a minute and a half to go.
Ralph, you've been in this position a dozen times. You were a college coach, and you've been doing broadcasting for years. What do you tell about each of these teams? What do they talk about in the huddle?
Well, because there's plenty of time, there's a minute and a half to go. Providence, as the team with the lead, has only fouled 3 times. So if Moeller is scrambling around, Providence can foul and make Moeller take the ball out if they've got an advantage, say on the break or something, which normally you wouldn't do. And right now for Providence, their biggest opponent is the clock. So it's time and score. You want to run clock. You don't want to shoot unless it's a layup or you're going to get fouled, and you want to make Moeller pay for being aggressive. But Moeller's got to step it up, and they're going to full court pressure here and see if they can get a turnover.
Ben Bobbitt bring it across the timeline, and boy, look at Grant Benzinger gets after it every single time on the dive.
Benzinger. I love him.
Grant Benzinger on the dive, the Wright State signee gets after it. Christian Terrell will inbound it for Providence. Gets it to Grayson Allen.
It's just man pressure. Here comes a double.
Gets it across the timeline, and Grayson Allen, there's the double team you were talking about, fights through it. Trey Hawkins asks for a walking or a traveling call, but doesn't get it. Instead, a foul comes. And they're going to call Adam Gigax for the foul. The 9th team foul. He'll go to the line for 2?
1-on-1.
1-and-1, okay.
That's the 9th foul on Moeller, so next time. And Grayson Allen is 5 of 6 from the line tonight.
makes the first, the 6'5" senior, Duke signee. It was his dream to go to Duke University. I told you the story earlier, Ralph. He mentioned to his coach as a ninth grader, I'd like to go to Duke, and his coach said, son, you might want to think realistically. Well, dreams come true for Grayson Allen. 60-second timeout on the floor. Hey, let me tell you about the games earlier today. Father Henry Carr defeated Socastee 67-41 in the noon matchup. Norcross defeated Mullins 87-48 at 1:45 today. Northland defeated the Bullis School in the 3:30 matchup. And then Bishop O'Connell fell to Madison Memorial 45-43 in a close one that came down to a last-second shot. In this one, Providence leads Moeller 54-49. Still to come, Bishop Loughlin versus Franklin, Ohio, the nightcap at 8:45. On Monday, we'll start at 3:30 p.m. and go through 8:45, and then Tuesday is championship day. We'll start at 1:45 p.m. with the championship, the consolation championship, and run through the 7:30 p.m. game and the New Year's Eve bash. Ralph, any chance we can get you to stick around through the New Year's Eve and maybe attend the bash with us?
I'd like to.
Okay.
But absolutely no shot. But I would like to.
Or you're probably jet setting off to another state, another land, another time zone.
Well, I just got to get back to work, you know. Some of us hard-working Americans actually need to work.
How many states have you been in the last 5 days?
Several. Colorado, no, just 3.
Okay.
No, 4. Colorado, Texas, North, and South Carolina. Is that 4?
That's 4. Benzinger across the timeline. They get it to Nate Fowler. Nate Fowler looks inside. Has to swing it to Trey Hawkins. Trey Hawkins drives into the paint. Gets the shot blocked, but also a foul is going to be called against Providence.
And that's what they needed. They ran a set play to get Benzinger a shot. It wasn't there. And then the right guy to try and make something happen for this Moeller team is Trey Hawkins, and he got into the paint and drew the foul.
That's 13 points on the night. 3 for 4 from the free throw line. First one coming is good. He'll reload for the second round.
And then there will be a sub at the table for him, for Trey, if he makes the second shot, so that the defense can get set and set up a press.
Ragland looks to come in, but Grayson Allen foils that plot by coming down with the rebound. Grayson Allen to Christian Terrell. To Grayson Allen. Over to Ben Bobbitt. To Allen. Foul coming on Bobbitt against Trey Hawkins.
That's 4 on Hawkins, and Hawkins wisely, though, did not foul Allen. He fouled the screener.
Hawkins with the only player in the game with 4 fouls, and at the line is Ben Bobbitt. Hasn't been there today and has 2 points in the contest. Make it 3 now.
Shot it well.
The lead is back up to 5 for Providence over Moeller. Moeller established in 1959. The Crusaders out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Providence established in 1997. Trey Hawkins quickly, and a timeout is going to be called for the Moeller Crusaders.
And Tyler, I know you're a major college football fan.
I am.
Football fans that would be viewing this broadcast would remember Jerry Faust, former Notre Dame football coach. He was the coach at Moeller for quite a while and built a lot of his resume there. Moeller High School football has been good forever and ever.
They've got a lot of alumni, including Joe Euchre and Paul Keels, the voice of the Ohio State Buckeyes, and John Boehner went to Moeller as well. Buddy Bell for baseball, Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Larkin, Doug Williams in football, and the list just goes on for Moeller. Basketball, 15 GCL championships, 10 district championships, 3 state championships.
And Coach Kramer's been there for 23 years, and he's in the Moeller Hall of Fame. He's in the Cincinnati, Ohio Hall of Fame. Accomplished guy.
Inbounding near side is Adam Gigax.
Got to score quick.
Finds Trey Hawkins. Down by 6 with just 36 seconds left inside the three-point line. And down with it is Luke Morris. Quickly ahead to Grayson Allen. Allen's going to be fouled by Trey Hawkins, who will pick up his 5th and have to leave the game.
Yeah, and he had to foul. And that's not the shot that they wanted for Hawkins. They had a ball screen, wanted him to get into the paint for a layup or to penetrate and pitch for an open 3. Had to settle for the 15-footer, and then the miss and the run out, and he had to foul Allen there.
Quick timeout as they, or not timeout, but as they substitute. Both teams will go to their bench. Ralph, if you find yourself at Moeller High School on the 6th of January, which is when they return to the school, you'll want to make your way to the lunchroom. That day, they're going to feature the Asian bar as the main course entree.
You know, in your pregame research, I saw that sheet, and I was wondering, where are we going to go with that? And you just answered.
Yeah.
Good effort, man.
You got to pull out stuff like that.
You do.
You find out things like Moeller is probably the only school I've ever seen with a bowling team.
They bowl, and then they go to Skyline Chili.
Grayson Allen at the line. First one on the way is good. Allen with 25 points in the game.
He's a good player, hard to guard, quick, athletic, can stroke it, can take it to the basket.
Make it 26 now. And Kevin Curley comes the other way with it. Like you said, got to be quick. Taking a lot of time to...
Well, and Trey Hawkins is their do-anything-quick guy.
All right.
And he's not in there.
Grant Benzinger is the other do-anything guy, and he puts up the 3, brings them to within 5 with 12 and a half seconds left. Ralph, is it even possible?
It's possible, but Providence has to do something horrific for that to happen, but we've seen it before.
Caroline Springs is going to join the winning coach immediately following this game. Get a few comments from the coach, and then we'll take a break and rejoin at just about 8:40 tonight for the Bishop Loughlin versus Franklin quarterfinal matchup. Again, the winner of this game will play Monday night at 8:45 versus the winner of the Bishop Loughlin versus Franklin game, and the loser will play the loser of that game, and they'll play at 1:45 on Monday. So 12 and a half seconds left in the game. Providence leading 58-53. Tyler Watkins and Ralph Patterson. Providence 7-3 on the year. Moeller undefeated. If they can't pull this one out, it'd be the first loss of the year. 6-0 now.
This has been a fun game to watch, Tyler, though, with 6 or 7 legit Division I players on the court.
Christian Terrell will bring it inbounds. And a long pass to Grayson Allen on the run. And Allen with his second dunk of the game.
Well,
Ragland.
They set that play up beautifully.
Ragland and a long 3. My goodness, from Grant Benzinger.
I like it. Stealing a 3 and a foul, they got a chance. See, the old coach in me, they still have a chance.
Wow. You call that one downtown. I don't know if you call it downtown or out of county.
That was a suburban jump shot right there. That was not in town.
Providence got here by defeating Socastee last night. Final was 70-38. They built an 18-0 lead against Socastee, led 51-13 at the half, and then 70-38, and advanced into this quarterfinal matchup. And all they got to do is hang on now. Quick 30-second timeout. They'll come back out with the ball and a 4-point lead.
Coach Carl Kramer working the official right there, trying to get a call on the Grayson Allen push-off like he just did right there.
Christian Terrell will inbounds. And there you go. They call him. You said it. They call him.
Well, and his coach helped set that up. And if he's not careful, he's going to get a technical call on him.
Grayson Allen called with the foul. Ralph, that was textbook broadcasting, my friend.
Well, but it was also set up by the head coach, Carl Kramer, told the official right before that. He pushed off. I can't believe you didn't call that. And then Allen unwisely pushed off before the inbound play, just getting him off some space, and then he pushed enough to call it.
Moeller with the ball, down by 4, 2.7 seconds left. Coach Patterson, what do you say now to your team if you're Moeller and Carl Kramer?
Well, if you're the Moeller coach, you said we needed an opportunity, and here it is. You know, and right now what you don't know, Tyler, is the mental state of Providence. When Moeller throws the ball in and has a chance to score, is Providence going to jump up in the air and try and do something crazy? And remember, they're a bit out of control. They're still in control of this game. So Moeller's got to try and do something wisely to get a decent shot, and then hope that there's a foul, or you go for the quick shot so that you can really quick and then maybe get the steal or foul on the inbound.
Interestingly enough, Coach Jim Martin for the Providence Stallions took that timeout opportunity to speak to the officials as opposed to directing his team, while the Moeller coach, Carl Kramer, set his team out down and directed a play, set something up. Now the Providence Stallions are going to talk to referee Esau Johnson.
Well, and what Grayson Allen was telling me, the reason I pushed off is because the player for Moeller was standing on his toes. You know, who knows if he was or not, but
right. So Kevin Curley will inbound, and they get it to.
Tried to draw the foul.
Did indeed. Get it to Grant Benzinger. Tries to draw the foul. Nobody comes in, and so he lets it go, and that'll be your final. 60-56. Providence defeats Moeller out of Cincinnati, Ohio. We'll come back in just a moment and speak to the winning head coach of the Providence Stallions. As we return, this is the Beach Ball Classic on HTC Sports.
Plans today to attend the Big South Basketball Championships. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com/Big South.
My HTC digital cable service connects me to my favorite shows and new release movies with video on demand, so I can watch what I want, when I want. And I can choose from more than 200 channels, including digital cable sports. I'll never miss a play for my favorite team in any season. With HTC, it's a win-win, because HTC connects me with the things that mean the most.
Primetime on demand, including ABC, available free with any HTC set-top box. Call 369-8961.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Providence walks away with the win, 65-56 over Moeller out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Caroline Springs is with the head coach.
Here with Coach Martin, congratulations on the win. An aggressive game, different than the last. Were the guys expecting this level of play?
Yes. Moeller is one of the best teams we've played all season. They're very good. We feel good that we can just walk out with a couple of points and a victory. That team's really good.
Well, Grayson Allen is headed to Duke. Is this competition helping prepare the players for college level?
I think so. I think all the guys are taking it to another level in their preparation of going to college and playing. It's going to help us in the long run this season as well.
Well, you have some talented players. They heading out tomorrow for the three-point contest and slam dunk?
Yeah, they're excited. We got two athletic kids that are going to make a good showing tomorrow in both contests.
All right, well, we'll see you Monday night at 8:45 for your next game.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
We're looking forward to it.
All right, good luck, and y'all can see the competition is heating up at the Beach Ball Classic, so come out and see the fun.
Thank you, Caroline Springs, with head coach Jim Martin. Winner tonight of the Providence Stallions, defeating Moeller 65-56. And talking about that three-point shootout and the slam dunk contest, Christian Terrell won the three-point shootout at the City of Palms Classic a couple of weeks ago, and Grayson Allen made the finals of the dunk contest. That should be exciting. But before we get out of here, Ralph, just wrap up that game just a little bit for us, if you would. I know you've got to get prepared for your next one.
No, that's all right, but a fun game to do, and I enjoyed doing the game with you. Grayson Allen, as good as advertised, had 30 points. and his last 6 were really the points that put the game away. But I loved Grant Bensinger, a guy that I didn't know about, headed to Wright State, just absolutely gets after people, shoots it down, really competitive guy, fun game to watch.
Well, we'll be back in just a few moments for the Bishop Loughlin versus Franklin, Ohio matchup. That's scheduled to tip off at 8:45. Thanks for watching. This is the Beach Ball Classic on HTC Sports.